Hey posers, welcome to the season premiere of the Black and White Delight review of Smackdown. I figure I might as well keep things all lined up with Smackdown here, so I'm doing my season premiere the same week. Can I promise you anything extra and special and good? Absolutely. I promise to bring humor. Oh wait, that's not new. I promise to bring special effects. No, that's not new. I promise to bring you a new intro. No, that's not even new. Well, I guess you're just gonna get the same old stupid weekly review of Smackdown. Because I'm not doing a new intro like Smackdown, because I just gave a new one 3 weeks ago. I'd like to thank my new subscribers, Full Metal 2K7, Lethal Macho, Largest 85, the KCE 2413, Jinkus Malos, I think that's right, I'm sorry if it's wrong. Nerds United 47. Also, I'd like to make a plug for everyone to go to WrestlingRevolution.com, where we will be starting up our web-exclusive content soon. There will be exclusives like Triple Threat Thought, the Wrestling Soapbox, the Dark Match, Wesley White's wrestling game reviews, and much, much more coming soon. So let's jump right into the show.
Get ready for the Smackdown! Get ready for the Smackdown! How you gonna react when you're put on your back now? Cause there's no turning back when you're facing the Smackdown!
This week's Smackdown is in my backyard of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Also like to say that the new intro for Smackdown, the effects were cool, but the song sucked. I didn't like it. Maybe you guys did, that's fine, but I don't. We kick off the show with two competitors in the ring, like ready to wrestle. Tony Chimmel does the announcements on who's wrestling, and we go right into it. It's Dolph Ziggler versus MVP, match 1 of the night. This match lasted about 3 minutes, and then Nexus came out and beat the crap out of Dolph Ziggler. They were actually doing pretty good. Like, MVP and Dolph Ziggler were doing really well in the ring together, and this was an IC title match to kick off SmackDown on SyFy. 3 minutes in, Nexus comes in, beats the crap out of Dolph Ziggler, which means MVP wins. Why would heels beat up the heel first? I mean, I get it if they're going to beat up everybody, but usually the heels come in to beat up the face first, then beat up the heel. Anyway, they come out, and, well, let's finish off the match. Well, let's see what I gave the match. 0 out of 5. It's like the beginning was okay, but the ending sucked. I was really excited when this match first started. 3 minutes in, I was severely disappointed. What happened after the match, though, is that they started beating everybody up. The Big Show came out. Nexus started beating down the Big Show. Cena comes out, also gets beat down, and then the Big Show comes in the ring, hits a chair on one of the Nexus members, and then the Nexus hightails it out. Then, of course, Wade Barrett's nowhere to be seen in this opening sequence. He's, of course, in the back on the Titantron with Teddy Long. Teddy makes the announcement that since Wade Barrett's good friends with the president of SyFy, tonight it will be Big Show versus the Nexus. All 5. And then in the main event, it'll be John Cena versus the World Heavyweight Champion, Kane. Not too bad. We also go to the commentary desk, and good old Michael Cole's joining the booth again. Vintage Smackdown commentary. That was for you, D. Jose, because tonight I am going vintage on your ass. Ooh! So we go right into match 2 of the night, where it's Lay Cole, Maurice, and Alicia Fox versus Natalya, Kelly, and the Bellas. Kelly and Alicia Fox start out the match. They're doing alright. They quickly tag into Maurice and Natalya. Things kind of break down towards the middle. And then all of a sudden, Layla starts getting dragged under the ring. It's Hornswoggle. We can't have a SmackDown without Hornswoggle, can we? So Hornswoggle starts chasing Layla around the ring. And then, beautiful kick by Michelle McCool into Hornswoggle. Thank you. Just thank you. Michelle McCool, I love you. In the end of the match, though, it's Natalya Neidhart putting a vintage sharpshooter on Maurice, and Maurice taps out. Natalya's still your #1 contender, although it wasn't in jeopardy, but I'm just glad Natalya's #1 contender for the Divas title. There could actually be a little bit of a decent match for the Divas title at Hell in a Cell. You never know. Let's go to the Ranger ranking calculator to find out what I gave this match. 2 out of 5 Pink Rangers. The match was okay. I mean, it wasn't, for a Divas match, it wasn't fantastic. It wasn't that incredible, especially for having 8 people in it. But I liked seeing Hornswoggle get kicked and Natalya hit the sharpshooter. What more can you ask for? Next, we go to an in-ring promo with Jack Swagger. And I'll tell you what, he comes out with this robe on, or not the robe, it's like a cape, a royal cape. And he comes out with his mascot, the Flying Eagle. The Flying Eagle. Anyway, he basically says he has a problem with Oklahoma because they didn't give him a parade or a Jack Swagger Day. So he says he's moving to Texas. And he gets booed like crazy. Then Edge comes out and says he's going on a mission to rid Raw and SmackDown of everything stupid. So I thought he was turning in his resignation. But instead he came out and he said that the whole inauguration of Jack Swagger being king of Oklahoma is, done. He's not, he says this is stupid, this is stupid. He said your mascot's stupid, your crown is stupid. So then they fight, Jack Swagger runs away, and Edge spears the bird. Next we go to a backstage promo where it's the Nexus just talking and contemplating and trying to figure out what they're going to do with the Big Show tonight because he's such a big fat. Next we have a video promo with grooming tips with Cody Rhodes, and he tells us how to put deodorant on. Are you guys really trying to make people not watch this show after this first show? SyFy is not a place to show men putting deodorant on. Really? Match 3 of the night was the handicap match, Big Show versus Nexus. Not much to say about this. Obviously, it was a squash type thing with Nexus beating the crap out of the Big Show. The only interesting thing was all 5 members of Nexus put, submissions on, there was armbar on both of his arm. I think Wade Barrett had a leg lock around Big Show's neck, and of course they did leg locks on Big Show's leg. So all five limbs and all 5 extremities of the Big Show were covered with Nexus members doing submissions. He couldn't tap out, so he passed out. Whoop-de-doo. Let's go to the Ranger ranking calculator to find out what I gave this match. 1 out of 5. Yellow Rangers. This thing really pretty much sucked. I mean, it was a squash match. Nexus beat the crap out of Show, and it just blew chunks. I mean, maybe an interesting ending, but they should have been like an elimination match or something. I don't know. 4th match of the night, CM Punk versus The Undertaker. I kind of figured how this was going to go was The Undertaker was going to come in strong and beat CM Punk because CM Punk looked really strong against The Undertaker a couple weeks ago. So that means that Taker's going to come in with a recharged Phenom and beat the piss out of The Undertaker, or out of CM Punk. So how it went is that Taker dominated the opening moments of the match with a leg drop on the apron and an old school. CM Punk took control for a little while, but didn't really get too much offense in. In the end, Taker retook the control again from CM Punk, hitting a Snake Eyes and a running boot vintage Snake Eyes and running boot. And then he hit a vintage chokeslam and tombstone for the win. It was an match. Kind of knew how it was going to go. Didn't look like these guys worked too hard. Let's go to the Ranger ranking calculator to find out what I gave this match. 2 out of 5 Green Rangers. As I said, it was I don't know. Next we go to an in-ring promo with Alberto Del Rio, who says Rey Mysterio is returning this week. Whoop-de-doo. I like Rey Mysterio, but the guy's got gimp legs like Taker. So anyway, he's, Alberto Del Rio is introducing a Mexican legend, one of the greatest luchadors himself. And then he brings out Rey Mysterio with his gay ring announcer, who brings out this Chihuahua with a mask on. He antagonizes the Chihuahua, makes fun of Rey. Rey comes out, runs to the ring, beats down on Alberto Del Rio, sets him up for 619, and then his ring announcer gets involved again. They need Tony Chimmel to get involved. They don't need this guy, they need Tony Chimmel. Tony Chimmel could probably beat somebody down. Or Justin Roberts. Justin Roberts has got a little pent-up frustration from getting choked with the tie. So anyway, Fifth match of the night is Randy Orton versus Rashing Rody Rhodes. And I'm kind of sick of seeing these Raw guys come out here. And I mean, Randy Orton and Edge are two people that I'd like to see. Or no, well, Edge not so much. But Randy Orton's like someone I'd like to see back on SmackDown. As well as Chris Jericho. But why are we having matches with Raw guys? We have plenty of SmackDown talent that's underused. Christian's out on an injury. There's other talent that could be used in this match, and they didn't. So, it was Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. This match was okay. They went back and forth. Cody Rhodes reversed the middle rope DDT that he normally hits. I don't know. I think it's called the Hangman's DDT. I can't remember what they actually call it. Cody reverses it, and Orton eventually comes back with an Orton backcracker and an RKO and a 3. Drew McIntyre comes in, tries to get the future shock on Randy. Randy reverses it. Sheamus comes in and does a bro kick or a bicycle kick or whatever you want to call it to Randy. I don't watch Raw, so I don't know exactly what these moves are called that Sheamus is doing, and he's too new. So, but yeah. So and then basically putting Sheamus over on SmackDown. Oh yeah, we gotta go to the Ranger ranking calculator. Find out what we gave this match. 2 out of 5 White Rangers. I mean, it wasn't a terrible match. These guys worked well together in the ring. It's just the match was too short. And Randy Orton's a Raw guy. Why in the world is he in there? Sheamus shows up at the end and beats the crap out of Orton. It's like, I don't want to see Raw storylines on SmackDown. Raw storylines suck. So anyway, we go to the main event, which is Kane versus Cena. This is a lumberjack match. We know how this is going to go. Kane dominates the beginning, then throws Cena outside. Nexus beats the crap out of Cena, throws him back in the ring. Kane dominates until Super Cena's up, with shoulder blocks and a 5-knuckle shuffle. Kane gets outside the ring. Nexus looked like they're going to kind of do something to Kane. Then they decided not to. Nexus jump on the apron to go jump Cena, and then Cena knocks one of the Nexus members onto Kane. Kane starts beating up that Nexus member. The other Nexus members, even though their friend's getting beat up, they go and they still take on Cena and beat the crap out of him. Cena hightails it up the rampway. And then the lights go out. Lights come back on. Taker's behind Kane. Undertaker and Kane start working their way through the crowd, beating the crap out of one another. And then they make their way back to the ring where Kane gets a big boot on Taker and starts retaking control of the match. And then Kane goes to chokeslam Taker. Taker sees the urn with Paul Bearer behind him. And then Kane goes to chokeslam, and then Taker goes to chokeslam Kane, and then Kane gets chokeslam and rolls out of the ring and goes. So they're basically putting over Taker like nothing else. I mean, Taker's going over. Wouldn't be surprised if Taker won at Hell in a Cell. So, close out SmackDown, Taker looking strong, and Kane looking weak again. Kane's still the world champion, but probably not for long. The main event, I gave it, well, let's go to the Ranger ranking calculator. 2 out of 5 Red Rangers. As I said, the match was okay between Cena and Kane. I mean, it was your typical lumberjack match. Didn't last long. Let's go to the Ranger ranking calculator, find out what I gave the night as a whole. 1 out of 5 Blue Rangers. This week sucked. There wasn't even a good moment about this week that I could think of except for Natalya Neidhart locking in the sharpshooter on Maurice. When a Divas match has the best highlight of a show for me, that's all I got to say. This is Raw writing at it's like for SmackDown's open season premiere, it's like, and premiere on SyFy, they brought Raw writers in to screw it up. If this is how this is gonna go, you're losing a fan. Because I ain't gonna deal with this week in and week out, this cluster fart. If I wanted a cluster fart, I'd go watch TNA for short matches and stupid promos and...
Get ready for the
So anyway, I'm Grubba Cheeto, and I am